Roberto was an ambitious man, owner of a small technology company that wanted to stand out in the market. Married to Clarice for more than 10 years, he considers his marriage something comfortable. But routinely, the lack of paiseo has transformed the relationship into something mechanical. Clarice was a practical woman, serious and very focused on work, but her coldness in recent years had devastated her husband, leaving Roberto increasingly dissatisfied with the monotony of her life. One day, as soon as I returned to work, something unusual happened. Not on the street, Roberto found a small lost porquina, his and his family. The animal seemed fragile and helpless, and on impulse, he decided to take it home. When she left, Clarice became indignant at her husband's attitude, severely reprimanding him for bringing an animal into the house.
Você é esse louco? Uma porca, Roberto.
Is so a-o-k-s-u-a vida turned? She exclaimed, rolling her eyes. But, surprisingly, Roberto shaved his head. As time goes on, he begins to devote more attention to her, feeding her, giving her affection, and talking to her as she is able to understand.
A porquinha, a quem ele deu o nome de Rosinha, has something special.
It seemed like there was an uncommon intelligence for an animal, and its presence came to understand the emotional emptiness that Roberto felt. Living with Rosinha or smiling, or that it hasn't happened for years in your marriage. Clarice, in turn, became increasingly resentful. She felt like she was losing her husband to an irrational animal and, with her pride, she began to distance herself even more. It didn't take long for Roberto to make a decision that shocked everyone around him. He filed for divorce and married Rosinha. Clarice, incredulous, said she had a piada de mau gosto, but Roberto was determined. It is not important as a society thinks, nor as laws or logic. He felt genuinely connected to Rosinha in a way he had never experienced before. The wedding was a bizarre event. Friends and family of Roberto were in shock, and many refused to appear. The ceremony was simple, and Roberto declared his love for Rosinha in a sincere and passionate way. Despite the absurdity of the situation, he was determined to continue his new life alongside his beloved porquina. After all, something unexpected happens. Roberto decided to make Rosinha co-owner of his company. The leveva for the desk every day, and, curiously, sometimes it seemed to have a magical effect on the officials. At the beginning, everyone is in the presence of the stranger, but Rosinha has begun to conquer everyone's hearts. With her adorable appearance and captivating behavior, she became the company's mascot and, to her general surprise, began to make wise decisions together with Roberto. Uncreditably, businesses begin to prosper. Roberto always said that it was Rosinha's intuition that guided his new success strategies. Customers, knowing the history, begin to find out about a fascinating situation, and the company gained unexpected fame due to its new partnership. Rosinha became a local celebrity, and the officials loved her. He brings lightness to the work environment, and sometimes the meetings become more relaxed moments with his presence. As it is, Clarice via olive lunge with resentment. She couldn't believe what was happening. A woman who is always practical and rational through her ex-husband prospers next to a porquina. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't understand how Roberto's life had changed so much since he died. In the local media, the story began to break, and Roberto and Rosinha became the subject of all the conversations. The success of the company's new partnership, and Rosinha was officially appointed as CEO alongside Roberto. Now, everyone does not write Viam as a charismatic and acclaimed leader. The relationship between Roberto and Rosinha was more than just bizarre, it was an absolute success. They were not only happy, as we were also moving or running two businesses. A porquinha Tinha became the company's beloved, and no longer wanted to question or marry. As time passed, Clarice, still sad and bitter, had to admit to herself that she had lost something that she could not value. Roberto, no matter how uncomfortable his school is, has found happiness that has never been at his side. He was now seen as a successful man, married to a pig who, somehow, completely changed his life to everyone around him. If you have heard this unexpected story, there is no need to tan, share, and discover the channel. Leave your comment and say that this is an incredible plot. Let's continue this conversation. Give us your comments.